So is there a form of socialism we can use? Modify it somewhat? How about fascism? Many times when you hear people complain about us getting too far left, they always throw fascism in there. But most people don't really understand National Socialist. They don't really understand the program. If you look at the 25 points that Hitler and Drexler proposed and told to a couple thousand people back in 1920, February 24th, everyone agreed, jubilant approval, that they liked all 25 of those points. And very few people even know what they are. If you read it, you'd be surprised. You'd be amazed at how this was a pretty good approach to get us back to where we need to be. Because it was all based on the principle of autarky. I'll put a link down below that I did on a video on the raw food, cooked food, and autarky connection. Autarky is a principle of individual national self-sufficiency. That means, number one, we got to take back control of printing our own money. That's why no one really knows what National Socialism is all about. Because it's been demonized so that we don't take a better look at it and see if maybe that might not be a stepping stone to get us to a point where we can get the truth out of how to live. Now, what I haven't done yet, although I sort of have, but I haven't done it completely, is I need to go through all the different things that we have out there, whether it's the U.S. Constitution or these 25 points of the NSDAP that came out, and codify and take the best of every one of them. I'm not saying that we have to duplicate any one person out there, but there are good points that we can take and use. And I like the concept of socially used property being socially owned. And when we understand this concept, we'll realize that YouTube and Facebook, these are utilities, folks. A lot of people say that YouTube and Facebook has a right to allow you to say whatever you want because it's their company. No, it's not. They're a utility, folks. We the people, paid 40 to 45% of the lines that they're using. Therefore, they are a utility. And this point was made just recently by Michael McKibben. And I've talked about Michael McKibben quite a few times. He's the man, the genius, and his company are the people behind social networking. They stole his patents back around 17 years ago. And they used those and gave them to Facebook and YouTube and Google and Amazon and PayPal, Instagram. The technology that these people are using came from Michael McKibben. They stole it from him. And he designed it to make sure there were no back doors because he understood the Constitution. Because there was a revolution in our country a long time ago about people seizing, illegal search and seizure of our property. It's happening now on a scale that's too grand to even think of. When we post something on Facebook and YouTube, it's ours. It doesn't belong to anyone else. And they don't have a right to censor us. It's no different than if I picked up the phone on AT&T to call my sister to talk about the raw food hero's journey. And someone comes in and goes, no, we're not going to let you talk about that. They don't have a right to do that. These are forms of communication. They're public utilities, and they need to be treated as such. If they're socially used, they should be socially owned and democratically controlled. Think about that, folks. YouTube is censoring videos. Facebook is censoring videos. And they're all using stolen technology from Michael McKibben. Michael McKibben has a game plan. Look, I can fix this in a year. We've already worked it out. I've got a team. We can take back control over these utilities and close those back doors so they can't spy on us and give us the right to our own property. Now, if you have a Facebook page, Facebook doesn't have anything to do with it. They don't have any right to come in and tell you what to post. But you have a right to decide what you want to delete or not. And if anyone posts on your Facebook page, it still belongs to them. It doesn't belong to you for some reason. It doesn't work that way. What we do belongs to us. Private property, houses and homes are not destroyed. Private ownership is not destroyed under certain forms of socialism. In fact, they're encouraged. Common interest before personal interest or individual interest was the basis behind National Socialism. It's sad that we've been lied to so much that we don't have an open enough mind to look into certain things to see what they were all about. We automatically think, oh, they're bad because they did this and they did this and they did this. Those are all lies, folks, so that we wouldn't look deeper into what they were doing. One of the biggest things that was part of those 25 points was to get rid of usury. That's why it was a threat, and that's why it's been demonized. So, where are you politically?